So imagine this. You finally get your hands on Apple's first ever foldable iPhone. You open it, close it, open it again, and it rattles. Yeah, that's not exactly the magical Apple moment people have been waiting years for. Now here's the thing. Apple has been obsessing over foldables for a long time. Like, not just let's make one, more like we're not launching this until it's perfect. And for the longest time, it looked like 2026 was finally going to be that moment. Everything was lining up. Early production had already started. Leaks were building hype. People were ready. And then, this happens. Apparently, after folding and unfolding the device a few times, the hinge starts making a rattling noise. Not subtle. Not, you might hear it if you try. Proper noticeable. And that's a huge deal. Because Apple doesn't really do compromises when it comes to hardware feel, especially not on something as important as their first foldable. What's even more interesting is why this is happening. Instead of going with a traditional hinge design, Apple tried something a bit different. A 3D printed hinge. The idea was actually pretty clever. Use filler material to smooth out imperfections, make manufacturing easier, and keep costs under control. Sounds great on paper. But in reality, that same approach might be causing tiny inconsistencies over time, which then turn into that rattling sound. So now Apple's in a bit of a weird situation. On one hand, they really don't want to delay this thing again. People have already been waiting forever, but on the other hand, imagine launching your first foldable iPhone and reviewers immediately go, "Yeah, it kinda shakes." That's not just a bad, that's brand damage. And it doesn't stop there. Because the second big thing Apple wanted to completely solve before entering the foldable space was the display crease. You know that line you see down the middle of most foldables? Yeah, Apple basically wanted to make that disappear. And technically, they've sort of done it. Reports suggest the crease is extremely hard to notice, but only under ideal conditions. Straight-on viewing, normal lighting. It looks clean, but tilt it slightly. Catch it under harsh light. And yep, it's still there. Which means even after all this time, Apple hasn't fully cracked the two biggest foldable problems, durability and the crease. And now they're stuck in this awkward middle ground. Production has already moved forward, too far to completely start over, but not perfect enough to meet Apple's usual standards. So what happens next? Well, there's a very real chance this phone gets delayed again. Not just a few months, potentially pushed into next year, and honestly, that might be the smarter move because first impressions matter a lot, especially when you're entering a category this late. If Apple gets this wrong, it's not just version 1 issues. It sets the tone for everything that comes after. But at the same time, there's another perspective here. Maybe Apple just launches it anyway, gets it out of the way, and focuses on making the second-gen version actually great. Because let's be real, first-gen products are almost always a bit experimental. And that's exactly why, if you're thinking about buying this thing, you might want to wait. Not because it'll be bad, but because it probably won't be the best version of what it's supposed to become. Anyway, this whole situation is kind of wild. A foldable iPhone that might rattle from a company known for precision. Didn't see that coming. But I'm curious, if Apple launched it like this, would you still buy it? Or would you skip and wait for version 2? Drop your thoughts below, and I'll catch you in the next one.